They arrived, stained with something dark, the shoes of a dead man. And now, someone's selling mine. Before I tell you what happened, if you're into true horror, creepy mysteries, and stories that mess with your mind, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe, give this video a like, and thank you for being here. Now, let me tell you what happened after I ordered a dead man's shoes online, and somehow, I became the next listing. My name is Kyle Anders. I'm 28, a graphic designer by trade and insomniac by consequence. I live alone in a studio apartment in Chicago. I've always had a thing for weird stuff, glitch videos, analog horror, ARGs, conspiracy subreddits, you name it. But the internet lost its edge for me. Too much fake stuff. Too many creepypastas wrapped in amateur makeup and cheap sound effects. Nothing felt real anymore. Until I went deeper. Until I found the forums. The hidden ones. They weren't easy to access. You don't just stumble into the dark web. It's a labyrinth of encrypted links, Tor browsers, and whispered invites from strangers who vanish after they share the keys. I spent weeks chasing leads from Reddit threads that got deleted hours after they were posted. The deeper I went, the more alive I felt. It was like stepping into a world where the rules of reality didn't apply, where the shadows of the internet held secrets no one else dared to touch. I told myself it was just curiosity, a way to chase the thrill of the unknown. But if I'm honest, it was more than that. I wanted to find something real. Something that would make my pulse race, make my hands shake, make me feel like I'd brushed against the edge of the abyss and lived to tell the story. That's when I found the site. It wasn't like the usual dark web markets, the chaotic digital bazaars selling drugs, fake IDs, or stolen credit cards. This one was different, clean, minimalist, almost professional. The URL was a string of nonsense characters, but the landing page was stark white with a single black header. Own a piece of eternity. Below it, a catalog. Not of weapons or data, but objects, personal items, jewelry, watches, clothing accessories. Each listing came with a photo, a description, and a chilling footnote about its previous owner. Names, ages, dates, causes of death. I scrolled, my stomach twisting. A locket that belonged to a drowned woman. A cracked wristwatch stopped at the moment of a car crash. A silk scarf stained with something dark. And then I saw it. Out of all the listings, one pair of shoes stood out. Old high tops. Black, frayed at the soles, dried something smeared along the side. The listing read, Name, M. Kepler. Age, 22. Status, deceased. Multiple stab wounds. Caption, everything will change. The price was absurdly low. Too low. Like they wanted someone to take it. I don't know why I clicked buy. Maybe it was the adrenaline. Maybe it was the late-night haze of my third energy drink. Or maybe it was something else. Something pulling me, whispering in the back of my mind to do it. To own it. I paid in crypto, my hands trembling as I confirmed the transaction. The screen flashed a single message before logging me out. It's yours now. Be ready. 3 days later, a box showed up outside my door. No label, no sender, no tape. Just a sealed brown package, slightly wet from the snow. I brought it inside. My heart was pounding as I carried it inside, the camera rolling to capture every second for my YouTube channel. I've been vlogging this whole thing. My dive into the dark web, my hunt for something real. My subscribers were eating it up, flooding the comments with theories and warnings. I set the box on the kitchen table, the overhead light casting harsh shadows. The air felt heavy, like the room was holding its breath. Everything was wrong before I even opened it. I sliced through the tape with a box cutter, my voice narrating for the camera, trying to sound braver than I felt. Inside were the shoes, all right. Exactly like the picture. Worn, stained. I poured a little hydrogen peroxide on the stains, just like I'd seen in a forensics video. It fizzed violently, the stains bubbling red. Blood. Real blood. My subscribers were going to lose their minds. But there was something else in the box. Something I didn't expect. An old, dust-caked VHS tape. No sleeve, just the words scrawled in fading marker. Watch alone. I laughed, nervously. Cheap scare tactics? But I didn't throw it out. I borrowed a VHS player from a friend and connected it to my capture card. The file was a single video, no title, just a string of numbers. I clicked play. The screen flickered to life, revealing a grainy black and white feed. A woman sat in the center of the frame, her face obscured by shadows. She was young, maybe mid-20s, with long hair that hung limp over her shoulders. She wasn't moving, not blinking, just staring. The audio crackled and she spoke. Her voice was low, monotone, like she was reading from a script she didn't understand. "You found me," she said. "You took what isn't yours." The video cut out. 10 seconds, that's all. But my hands were shaking so badly I could barely stop the recording. That night, I couldn't sleep. The next day, I picked up the shoe again. It felt heavier than before, like it had absorbed something overnight. A smell clung to it now too, sharp and metallic, like rusted coins and burnt wires. I reached inside, expecting nothing. My fingers brushed against something solid. I froze. It wasn't part of the sole. It was tucked deep, wedged beneath the insole. I dug it out slowly. A small, grimy piece of cloth folded tight around a hard lump. I unwrapped it, and there it was. A matte black device, smooth and cold in my hand, no larger than a thumbprint. Dead silent, except for one detail. A tiny red light, blinking every 5 seconds. Precise, steady, watching. I stared at it, heart hammering. I don't know why, but the sight of that blinking light unsettled me more than the blood on the shoes, more than the tape. It was real. Cold tech. Not supernatural, not abstract. This wasn't folklore or a cursed object. This was someone tracking me. I brought it up to the camera. My hands were shaking, and immediately the comments started rolling in. "That's a GPS tracker. Bro, you're being watched. That's active. Someone knows where you are." That last one hit harder than I expected. Someone knew where I was, because of the shoes. I checked the box again. No return address, no markings, nothing to trace. Whoever sent this didn't want to be found, but they sure as hell wanted to find me. And I let them in. The account stopped uploading. Kyle's Instagram, Reddit, even LinkedIn, all went silent. His phone went straight to voicemail. Police never found him. But I couldn't let it go. I'd been following Kyle for over a year, watched every video. Something about the way he told his stories. They felt real. Too real. After he vanished, I started digging through his uploads, his old streams, even cached versions of deleted comments. Eventually, I made my way to his apartment. There, hidden among his things, I found a final recording. His story, told in his own words. And now, I'm sharing it with all of you. But 3 weeks after his disappearance, someone took a screenshot from that same dark website. A new listing had appeared. Name, Kyle Anders. Age, 28. Status, missing. The image showed the shoes he always wore in his videos, dirty, slightly blood-stained. And the caption, "The moment you wear these shoes, everything will change."